Yes, I would love to play first. Hand is sick. We will keep. Gonna, as per usual, start with the Lantern. Next turn, we're gonna play the Shredder into Mox into Inquisition. All right, we're against energy here. Probably name Goblin Bombardment. See what opponent does. I guess if they have like a, what's it called? The 1-mana exile spell, I should not F6 this turn so I can sack the Lantern. Curious what their thought is on what they are doing. Yeah, that's fine. Play a Mox, play a Shredder, play an Inquisition. So Green Sun's annoying, but I think I just take the Fable. So everything else we have an answer to for the most part. I'm going to let them have the Ocelot, because what we need to try to find at this point is a bridge, and we lock it up. Shred myself. Upkeep, I'm going to shred myself again. Another Shredder. Start with a Ancient Stirrings here. Oh, sorry, we're in the draw step. Yeah. I think I F6'd my turn because I didn't get to play my stuff, unfortunately. But that's okay. We're still trying to find... I have to keep this land, but we do have to try to find a... what's it called? A bridge here. We've got time, so I'm not really too concerned. Stir it up, see if we can find bridge. Bridge. Perfect. Alright. Now we want to go Needle. Naming Goblin Bombardment. Play another Shredder. Shred them, because we don't want them to have the Green Sun. They can have land. And then we are going to shred ourselves because we do need to find a land to empty our hand, but I think we're in an okay spot. Three, four, five, six, seven, seven. Yeah. We literally have to find a land. We have 2 shreds, so, and a shuffle from Lantern. One of the issues is actually they can attack with a bird. So that's actually really annoying for us. Alright, upkeep, shred ourselves. Bobble is not a land, shred ourselves again. Perfect. Play the bridge. And play the Pixis. Bird gets in. Bird does not get in. Interesting. Maybe they just don't know. Shred them. Shred again. And we just keep shredding. And then make a construct. Make another construct. And then at this point, so there's a couple things here. Grafdigger's Cage turns off Flage if they're playing Flage, but Underworld Cookbook allows us to just not die. And I think I'm going to go with the Cookbook to not die even if they get a couple Flages. And I'll even activate the Cookbook since we're showing the Pixis. Shred them. Shred them. Shred them. Then we draw. And then I'm just going to activate the food token here. I don't think we need another Pithing Needle, so I'm going to go ahead and mill both of us. Birthing Ritual, I will shred that. Definitely exile both top. We don't want them having Outland Liberator at all. Issue is, now that I actually got the Cookbook and not the Grafdigger's Cage, this Renegade Rallier can actually do some work if they have a fetch. Shred you. Shred you. I'll play the Welding Jar. Shred you. Yeah, you can have an Ocelot, that's fine. Because you can only attack once. Shred you. Shred you. And then I'm going to sacrifice this Thoughtseize to my cookbook. Now I think we're in a safe spot. Crack the food. Shred you. Shred you. Actually, this can get back permanents, right? Yeah, so we want to exile that. Shred you. Shred you. Exile those. On the upkeep, we'll go ahead and exile both. And I guess I'll play the Inquisition. Take that last Rallier out. Shred you. Definitely don't want that back in the game, so we'll exile both. Shred you. Shred you again. And you can keep the Safi, that's fine. And I'm going to keep this in case we draw another Karn, because we need a 4th land for Karn. Alright, we'll both exile, because I don't want Ensnaring Bridge. I don't need Blooming Marsh, so we'll both exile. Surgical is fine, I suppose, so we'll shred you. Shred you again. Shred you again. And then I will draw. Let's go ahead and Surgical. We're going to hit the Birthing Ritual. Looks like they don't really have a lot. They only have one Birthing Ritual. And we just pass. This game is locked up. We'll be going to a game 2 here. Alright, we'll bring in Pyroclasm, some Galvlasts. Don't think I need the Tormod's Crypt. Pithing Needles were fine. Leyline's probably okay here, so we'll bring both of them in. Cut a Shredder, a Lantern. Opal Bobble, and a Thoughtseize. This game's great. We have the Galv Blast, so all is well. And they mulligan to 6. That's great for our Inquisition. Inquisition. They have a Force of Vigor. It's very awkward for us then. But we'll take the Rend the Realm Breaker. Because now our Glimmer Void just straight up dies if they sack the Force. Nice. That was actually a great draw. So now I can Thoughtseize away the Force of Vigor. And then play the Codex Shredder. Even give them a mill. Then we have the Galv Blast for the Noble Hierarch. Then if we draw a 4th land, we can start carning it up. Outland Liberator is going to be an issue. We can't cast anything, so it's going to flip. That's so bad for us. Bright side is, now we have Karn. If it wouldn't load. Okay, there we go. We're going to lose the Karn, but that's okay. Because now we can grab ourselves the Ensnaring Bridge. The issue is they can easily play 2 spells a turn to flip it, so we need to draw one of the 2 Pithing Needles we have in the main. Okay, I'll concede to that. Outland Liberator, pretty good against us, you know? Yeah, we'll just run it back. I don't think we really need to make any sideboard adjustments. I don't think bringing in a Leyline Sanctity for the Goblin Bombardment is the right play, so I'm not even going to bother with it. I would love to play first. This hand's fine. Start with a Lantern, make sure we have perfect information on what's going on. Play that Saga probably next. Actually, I'm not going to play... Yeah, I will play this. We have so many Sagas, you might as well. Because if they want to force here, that's fine. Yeah, I'm okay with this. And I can't tap that yet. I'm going to make them shuffle. Because we have so many Sagas in hand, like, we're not really doing anything with them right now. I'm actually going to take Karn here. What did they pitch to it? Run the Realm Breaker. And we know they're drawing a... no, we shuffled the Goblin Bombardment, so we don't know they're drawing it anymore. Alright, man. Outland Liberate away. And they're going to draw Meltdown. That's so unfortunate. So their last card is Meltdown, and they have a Birthing Ritual on top. Curious if they sack the Outland Liberator here or not. This game's not looking good for the home team. We desperately need to draw a Pithing Needle on top of a Ensnaring Bridge, which will not happen. So I think this is probably a go next, but we'll just play it out anyways. Fortunately, I will have to shuffle because I need something that plays that's not that. I literally need Pithing Needle or Ensnaring Bridge. Alright, that's not going to be it. Unfortunate. Outland Liberator doing the work for them. Good for them. Green, white. I don't even know what that is. Energy. Match one is green, white, energy. Yeah, I would like to play first, please. Hand's great. We'll keep. Oh, control. All right. Let's start with a shredder, and we'll wait. Wait to shred for when they play their fetch. Scry 2. All right. Shred you. Oh, Song of Creation deck. All right, bet, dude. Start with an Inquisition. They have double Noxious Revival with a Gemstone Mine. I think I just want to take all their card draw, so I'll take the Manamorphose and force them to use Noxious Revival if they want. Shred you. And then this angle, because of what they have in hand, I'm just going to kill with Karnstructs at this point. Yep. Hey, you got all your mana. You got to tap the Moxel first. There you go. Did they draw the Song of Creation? They did. All right. I don't think they can pop off here yet. They want to put Mox on top. Okay. So they have Noxious Revival. Okay. Drawing 2 more cards. The issue is you still don't have mana, and you used both of your Noxious Revivals. So I'm curious what you're going to do here. Yeah, that's what I thought. So, funny enough, we can bring in all the ley lines here, because those are really good. Damping Sphere is amazing. Crypt is good. We can remove the Abrupt Decay to bring in the Assassin's Trophy. And then Underworld Cookbook's not going to do anything in this matchup. Grafdigger's Cage, also not going to do anything in this matchup. And then, as per usual, we can probably start just getting rid of cards that don't really do much, like a Codex Shredder, Welding Jar, Lantern, and Pithing Needles. Which in that case, I'll probably bring back a Stone Brain, just to name Song of Creation. Hey, there's a Stone Brain. Alright. Keep. I'm gonna bait them with, oh, they're not gonna have a counterspell. They're not gonna have force here, I don't think. Yeah, you have a bobble, it's fine. Mox. Okay. Blooming Marsh was actually a great draw. Let's go ahead and Inquisition and see what you got. Alright, so we took the Pented Prison. They have Glimmer Void, Beseech Gemstone Mine. Next turn we can Stone Brain. Yeah. Interesting, they didn't save it. It's weird. Because my play is revolving around Stone Brain, I'm not going to play the Codex Shredder. Or not the Codex Shredder, the Urza Saga. Sorry, I was looking at Codex Shredder, trying to think if I could have enough for Mox plus Stone Brain. Like using the Codex Shredder and then having enough, but I obviously don't, because I needed to draw another artifact. The Chosen Ginger, thanks for the follow, friend. Appreciate you. Uh-oh. I don't like seeing red. That's like Meltdown. Anamorphose, okay. Are you going to counter your spell? Nope, it's resolving. Oh, thanks, friend. Appreciate you. Yeah, it looks like they were playing Song Creation, which was pretty cool. Like, I've played that deck before, and it's always fun, so... my sideboard's actually very good against them, since I'm doing a 2-2 split. I'll actually pull up the sideboard here, or the deck list. I was trying 4 ley lines just because everyone's playing some sort of interaction with graveyards, but I wanted to try a ley line just because of more of the energy matchups where Flage is an issue, as well as Goblin Bombardment, so... Gotta make cuts somewhere, and all the other cards are needed. Tezzeret could probably be another ley line, to be honest. This one's just for control, which I haven't seen any control. Oh, thanks. Appreciate you. Hopefully the background noise is pretty good for you. I'm going to try to commentate my plays and my thought process on why I'm doing things, so... we lost match 1 to Green-White Energy. Just got killed by an Outland Liberator flipped game 2, and then game 3, Outland Liberator just closing it up. Alright, I would love to be on the play. Hand's great. We'll go ahead and keep it. I'm actually going to lead with the Grafdigger's Cage here, just because it's a card we care not so much about. And also we can't really play Ancient Stirrings yet, so... Yeah, I have Ensnaring Bridge. We're just playing classic Lantern Control. Opponent thinking on the Grafdigger's Cage. Turn 2, I'm going to go for Urza Saga, Pixis, Mox into Stirrings, is the thought process. Yeah. Outland Liberator definitely was able to sack to kill the bridge. It was just unfortunate because my hand was... I was waiting for turn 4 Karn, and they just did turn 2 Outland Liberator, so even if I had Mox, it was going to get busted anyway. I'm going to hold the Mox for now. No need to play it until we know exactly what land our opponent is on and what they're trying to do, what their game plan is, what they're playing. Bloodstained Mire. Alright. Thoughtseize away, dude. If I'm them, I take Ancient Stirrings, but that's just me. Because they're probably looking at the hand being like, I don't know what this hand does. I'm assuming Lantern based off Pixis of Pandemonium. That would be the thought if I were to be seizing them. But black-blue makes me think Frogulus. So we'll see. Hey, they picked correctly. We're actually going to take 1 life and lead with the Inquisition. See if they have a counterspell for this, which they do not. Dismember's not going to do anything. Preordains are good. I'll leave them with the Preordain because we actually have interaction with that, so I'll take the Thought Scour. Only because if they scry 2 to the top, we can always interrupt one of the scries. So unfortunately for us, they are going to be able to kill our first construct that we make because of the Dismember. Unless we draw another artifact. No, because this is -5, right? Yeah. So we would need 2 artifacts. But we're not going to have 2 next turn, so... 2 bottom. Alright. Another downside is if they do actually have Abhorrent Oculus at any point, they'll be able to actually hardcast it just because of their hand and what their graveyard getting full because this is a Grafdigger's Cage and not like a Lantern that exiles or a Nihil Spellbomb. We'll both exile. Another Saga. Alright, play the second Saga. Just want to get closer and closer to getting a Lantern as well as another Shred device. So playing Saga behind Saga usually is a little awkward because of the Constructs, but Construct is a plan, it's just not our main plan, so it's okay for us to be leading like this. Oh, Death Shadow, I see. Okay. I haven't seen Death Shadow in a hot minute. Good for them. So we are going to unfortunately pump up their Death Shadow here because of the Dismember, but I think it'll be okay. Like if they want to kill the Construct, good for them. And there's a bridge. I'm just going to make mana here, actually, since we can play bridge. Just have to hope they don't have the Stubborn Denial, which they are definitely holding up. Alright, I think we're in the clear. The only other card that could be bad would be a Force of Negation. But there's not really much we can do about it, so... But I do want to draw this land, so I'm not going to mill. Kozilek's Command, I'm not sure if this deck list is running it, but that's still on the radar. That's still a card that in the past has been very good. We know one of the 4 mystery cards is a Preordain, as well as a land. I can't remember which land they just drew, but it was a land that they had on top of their deck. Yeah, Preordain away. We get to see one of the Scries, put both on bottom. Okay. Steam Vents went to their hand. That's what they drew. I think I'm going to get a Welding Jar with the Urza Saga. That way I can protect the Ensnaring Bridge if they do have a Kolaghan's Command. So the thing with Lantern is, unfortunately, ever since they printed Force of Vigor, you're always going to be assuming that the opponents will have some sort of interaction, such as Boseiju. In this case, Meltdown is going to be their best option. I've seen people play Hercule's Recall, so I will end up having to think about that if I want to bring in the Leyline of Sanctity, but Lantern Control you just have to play as though your opponent doesn't have the removal. It's you try to get it out with both Thoughtseize or Inquisition. Obviously, you can't hit everything with Inquisition, but it gives you the information you need. Yeah, and I will take Welding Jar just for protection. Academy Ruins is actually a fantastic draw for us. Because now we can actually just start, once we get a Shredder, start shredding ourselves aggressively, and if we see another Shredder, we can put it on top at any point. One card I will be looking for at this point is probably a Karn. Alright, they mulligan, or concede. Definitely going to bring in the Leyline of the Voids that we have. Tormod's Crypt is free here. Cards that we don't really need in this matchup. Since they're not aggressive, I'm not worried about the Underworld Cookbook. Pithing Needle is not really great. I don't believe they're going to have any Planeswalkers that we need to worry about. Or cards that have activated abilities. Grafdigger's Cage is always fantastic. That's just free. Abrupt Decay is also fantastic. Another free card. Pyroclasm's too slow. Galvblast is too slow. So we're not going to bring those in. I don't want to really get another 4-drop, but Tezzeret might make the cut just because it's very good in any deck that runs any control magic. Like if you're ever able to get to a point in the game where they've used a lot of their counterspells and you resolve Tezzeret, it can be very beneficial. So I probably will bring it in. The issue is cutting another card. And because I'm bringing this in and we have so many sources of shred, I'm actually going to cut a Codex Shredder. Everything else is great. Don't want to get rid of those. Not really a great hand. If one of these Baubles or a Pixis was a Mox, I might be inclined to keep it, since we do have a Lantern plus Pixis to sort of control our hands. But because we obviously don't have that or a land, this is going to be an easy mull. Oop. This hand's fine. I'm going to put a Bauble away. I like all the other cards. F6, I have no responses for anything you do. They're gonna probably Bauble Fetch, is why they're playing it in that order. Make sure they like the card on top or not. Street Wraith, sure. Makes sense. Old blue-red Whir Prison deck. Yeah, so I played Wurza, the Whir Prison version for a little bit. It was a little clunky at times just because you would get stuck with Whirs in your hand and you're kind of like, what am I supposed to do? Ooh. Nice. Well, Inquisition. But it was always fun. Definitely a fun deck. Stubby D? Sure. I'm going to play a Bauble here. It's not really doing any benefit for us since we don't have a Mox. So we're just going to see what they're going to draw. Bloodstained Mire. Got it. Shredder's good. Now if we stir and hit a Lantern, that'd be fantastic. I don't really remember the number of Stubby Ds that the Death Shadow used to run. I think it was like 2. But I think post-board that might get higher. Also, with Consigned to Memory, that card's kind of an issue as well. Looks like they're going to play a Death Shadow here, if I were to guess. Yeah, there it is. The old 2/2. Hey, natural bridge. I'll play around stubby D. Start with the stirrings. Take the Academy runes. That way if they counter bridge, we can play bridge again, unless it's a, what's it called? Force of negation. We will need to have a blue source eventually, though. Them pausing on Codex Shredder makes me think they do have a counterspell for our bridge that we're going to play, but we're still going to run it out anyway. Oh, okay. Well, bridge gets cleared, so let's do it. We're going to go Saga into bridge, that way we can start making a construct if we need to. There's the Bloodstained Mire. 3 unknowns. Dang, what a timely Thoughtseize. Still going to do the play with Urza Saga. Still correct to do. We have some time before we actually need to rebuy with Academy runes. I will start with the stirrings first, just in case we see something good. I remember in the past this match used to be very difficult because of Kolaghan's command, but since I don't believe they play it anymore, it might get a little better. Ooh, alright. Seize your thoughts. Ancient Stirrings. We find a bridge? We do not find a bridge. But we do find a Codex Shredder. So we pretty much have one turn to find bridge or bust. Actually, no we don't. We have a couple turns. We have like 2 turns. Because we can always Saga create a construct to block the Death Shadow. Temur Battle Rage. Alright, good top deck. We'll go game 3. No, I think we just run it back like this. I don't believe I want Leyline of Sanctity. Like, it's only good against Thoughtseize here, and I don't really care about Thoughtseize too much. Just go again. So it did bring in Cassina Memories, which is to be expected. I would expect them to have 4 copies post-board. Stubby D did work there. Very timely Thoughtseize as well. Would I like to play first? Yes, I would. I actually will keep this hand because we can go Glimmervoid, Bobble, Shredder, Stir for a Mox, and if we don't hit Mox, then we Thoughtseize. Sorry, Thoughtseize turn 2. Because this can get us our second land, which is fine, or the Mox, which we need for the Thoughtseize, so... Mull to 6. If they're mulling, am I supposed to? Maybe I am supposed to just... I'm definitely Glimmer Voiding, Go with Mishra's Bobble. Go with the Crypt. Stir. Take the Blooming Marsh. So if they are playing any form of Meltdown, we actually get hard punished by Meltdown here, but we'll see what they do. Probably same play as last time. They're going to bobble themselves. Oh, bobble me, sure. I was going to say bobble themselves for a Street Wraith. Alright. Where are they putting? If they put it on top, Shredder's going to be great next turn. They did put it on top. Sweet. Shredder's going to be awesome. Oh wait, I forgot they bobbled. Duh. Thought sees you. Hey, Kolaghan's commands. I'm going to take the Kolaghans. I have to play around Consign now, unfortunately. Let's bobble you. Wow. I definitely don't want them drawing that card. Now I can bait with the Pixis on the Consign. Also, Fomori Vault's going to be very good here. Nice. Start with a Thoughtseize. Curious if they're going to Thought Scar themselves in response. I don't think they do, though. I would not. I don't think that that's correct. Stubby D. Okay. I will pay 1. They can consign this. I'm playing this to bait. Or sorry, I took the consign. I'm playing that just because I have to play it, but if for whatever reason they Thought Scarred in response and hit like a Force Negation, I just want to play a bait spell. Also, I just have nothing else to play, so it covers both ends. Yep, Thought Scar yourself. Now we hope to dodge a Consign to Memory. We know one card is a Thought Scour, and they have 2 mystery cards. But we're just going to jam the Ensnaring Bridge anyway. Watery Grave untapped. Life total for them doesn't matter for us, because we are not going to beat down anytime soon. But it will turn on their, what's it called? Death Shadows, obviously. 1 top, 1 bottom. Opponent paying costs for something. Meltdown for 1, maybe? That would be quite unfortunate for us. But considering that they have Rakdos Charm and Kolaghan's Command, maybe they don't run Meltdown. Also gets like a little hefty on the mana base, since the deck likes to operate on 3, I believe. Murktide. Sure. Alright, we're in the clear for Ensnaring Bridge. We'll Pixis first. Shred you. And play the Ensnaring Bridge. Blood Crypt untapped. 1 mana. Thought Scour. So if I ever draw another land, I don't have to worry about cards like Karn in my hand, because I can always pitch it to Fomari Vault, and I'll be able to look at 4 cards and put 1 in my hand. That's why we run this card, is for parts like this where we're kind of like looking to close up the game, try to get perfect information and control the draws. Mox Opal is perfect. I'm going to play out the Karn. If they have something, they have something, but should just be able to lock up the game now from this point. Next turn, the plan is to play the Liquimetal Coating that we're going to fetch here, and start hitting their lands. If they have a Thoughtseize, they have a Thoughtseize. So be it. We can just Tormod's Crypt our graveyard and rebuy with Karn. You have like a Bolt or something for Karn? I did see Lightning Bolt last game, so maybe they do have Lightning Bolt here this time. Oh, sure, Gurmag. You got it, dude. We each exile, and then I mill you. Haven't seen Gurmag in a hot minute. That's a blast from the blast from the past card there for sure. Ah, the Lantern. It's made its appearance finally. I'm actually going to lead on the Liquimetal Coating, because I want the Lantern to resolve so we can start controlling draws. We'll hit your red source, why not? Now we'll play the Lantern. Definitely don't want Hercule's Recall. That can go away. And then that's safe. And then I want this last land because 5 mana for us allows us to start pitching to Fomori Vault. And have a mana open to cast whatever we want with the 1-drops. GG's. Fun game against Death Shadow. So, first match we played, green-white energy. They beat us with Outland Liberators. Match 2 was Song of Creation, which was pretty fun. We're both combo decks. I just had more interaction, so we were able to win game 2 and 3 that way. And then this last one, Song of Creation, we won both game 1 and 2 just because we had good interaction. And then this last one, we were able to steal games 1 and 3. Game 2, they were able to control us out, such as what Grixis Death Shadow can do sometimes, especially when they have a threat on board. Not too bad. If you guys don't know, my Twitter is @LanternofInsight. Saga for Shredder is the name. I do enjoy playing Lantern Control a bunch. I've been playing it for a number of years now, various iterations. I think since Zach Alsick created the deck and won the GP with it, and it piqued my interest, I've always tried to find some configurations that I enjoy and play. We're on version 3 of the deck right now. It kind of looks like this. Mentioned earlier, I'm splitting the ley lines right now just because energy matchup a little difficult with Goblin Bombardment as well as Flage. Leyline of the Void's just been inherently good overall, so nothing too major. Would I like to play first? Yes, I would. We got Mox, Lantern, Needle into Stirrings. Mox, Lantern. No. We need one more artifact. This is still a keep, though. Still a keep. Academy Ruins, Mox, Lantern. I should have held the Mox, but it's fine. And then next turn we can play Needle, Stir, hit green-black, Hardened Scales. Okay. This matchup should be fine game 1, especially since we have Bridge already in hand. I'm not too worried. What do we Needle here? Probably Walking Ballista or Agatha Soul Cauldron. I'll go Agatha's. And then I want to Stir, try to hit a land. Wow, did not hit a land. Quite unfortunate. I'll take a second Lantern. We're so far away from Karn. But we do have another Stirrings coming up. Third Stirrings coming up, too. We'll see what the opponent does here. Maybe I should have hit Boseiju as well. Boseiju is definitely a card they can play. Zabaz. Destroy target artifact you control. You got it, friend. Alright, let's try this again. Stirrings. I mean, it's a land. If I see a land on top, I will Stir in order to play the Ensnaring Bridge. Because Ensnaring Bridges is going to be the most important card here. I was asked if Tezzeret is worth the sideboard slot. I think it's worth the sideboard slot against control decks. So do with that what you want. Alright, unfortunately did not see the land, so I will have to just hardcast Ensnaring Bridge. The blue I'm curious about, so we'll see what happens. But next turn we should be able to just dump the hand. Okay, you draw a Lava Spur, and what else? Ink Moth. I guess that would have been another Pithing Needle target. Yep, you can animate and give it haste. And we'll take 2 Infect. I will take a Welding Jar here to protect the Ensnaring Bridge. I will start with a Stirrings. See if we find a land. We did. Perfect. Now I believe this game is wrapped up. I'll name Walking Ballista here, since we do have protection from a Boseiju. Play the Shredder. Thoughtseize your hand. Take a Kappa. And I am actually going to shred their Mishra's Bauble because I do not want them being able to just card draw when they want. 2 draws in a row is very difficult to deal with. Okay, there's the Walking Ballista in their hand that we so aptly named with the Pithing Needle. It's like I've played this deck before. I don't know if they have Agathas in this version that they're running, but being able to give any creature the ability of Walking Ballista is an issue, so that's why the first one was on Agatha's Soul Cauldron and the second one's on Walking Ballista. I'll probably have to bring in the 3rd Pithing Needle, just because of how many activated abilities they have on their permanents. Yeah, buddy. You've got a Kappa. And I do want the Spire here, so I'm going to draw it. Pixis is a perfect draw. Every land from this here on out for the opponent is free. Any creature that they have that doesn't interact with the board whatsoever is free, so we don't actually have to start milling aggressively. Like Arcbound Ravager, free. Doesn't do anything. Cannot put it on an Ink Moth since we have 0 cards in hand. Cannot Walking Ballistas to death. So everything's all free. Yep, you have a Walking Ballista. I just want to be able to get to the point where I can just safely start shredding and not have to worry about the top of their deck. And I believe we are at that point. Abrupt Decay doesn't matter here, so I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it with the Pixis at the end of their turn, and then depending on what they have, we might shred. Alright. So, unfortunately, this matchup is a bit difficult. I will need to bring in that 3rd Pithing Needle like I mentioned. Do I bring in Assassin's Trophy? Leyline's not good here. Same with the other Leyline. We didn't see the Agatha's Soul Cauldron. If I saw Agatha's Soul Cauldron, I'd bring those in, but I don't think we need it. Stonebrain, too slow. Ensnaring Bridge. The fourth one's better than the first, what's it called? Grafdigger's Cage. Obviously, if I get to the fourth mana where I can just go 4 mana Karn plus pitch, it gets awkward. But because we're against an aggressive deck, I want to be able to maximize my draws for Ensnaring Bridge. I don't think Surgicals are great here, so I'll cut 1. The Assassin's Trophy I think is fine, and then that means I will want to cut 1 more card. I know I said against aggressive matchups I like Underworld Cookbook, but I think activating and then sacking is a little too slow. Because typically what's going to happen is they're just going to kill you in a single turn by sacking a bunch of artifacts with, what's it called? Hardened Scales Up. So I think this is okay. My thoughts on Pyroclasm. I do want Pyroclasm, but the issue again is if they go turn 1 Hardened Scales, it doesn't really do anything, and it doesn't interact with the Kappas. Galvanic Blasts do interact, so I might bring both of those in and cut this last Surgical. So like I mentioned, Leyline in the Void here, it would be good, but we didn't see any graveyard interaction like in Agatha Soul Cauldron, so I don't think it's good. If I'm wrong and they do end up having it in their deck, so be it. But playing 1 card for 1 card doesn't seem amazing by any means. I'm going to cut 1 Shredder, just because we have so many forms of Shred. I think it'll be okay. I'm going to keep this hand just because it has like so much hand disruption. And Hardened Scales is a pseudo combo deck, and getting rid of like a lot of things in their hand is very disruptive, so Arcbound Worker, nice. Haven't seen that card in a very long time. Inquisition you? Lo and behold, they do have an Agatha Soul Cauldron. I think, given the hand, I do have to take it. Unfortunately, Haywire Might is going to be an issue. Oh, oops, clicked the wrong one. But we will see. I don't know if they play Hangerback Walker. So the issue is because of the unbannings, like we saw in game 1, they're playing Kappa Cannoneers, right? And they're playing Arcbound Worker. Arcbound Worker I don't even think should be in the deck, but you know, the opponent's playing what they want to play. Leyline of the Void again. We didn't see Agatha's Soul Cauldron game 1, so I can't just go for it given not seeing it. A little complicated in terms of how the meta shaped up, but knowing that they have that, we do have the 3 Pithing Needles, and the Pithing Needle would have named Agatha's Soul Cauldron anyway, so we are safe in that front. Yeah, I expected them to play Haywire Might. Obviously, they don't want to play Walking Ballista. Druid Zabaz, nice. Mox, nice. Good news is, if I can land this Karn, protect it, I think we're in an okay spot. The issue is getting there. So we're going to take their last card here that we know about. And then I'm actually going to play the Lantern and hope that they sack the Haywire Might to it. They drew Besaju, nice. Play a Bobble. And we'll go from here. So now we have perfect information, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I do have the Pyroclasm in the board, so obviously it would have been great here, but again, just got to play with what you know. question is, do I want to get rid of the Lantern to shuffle away the Mox, since the Mox is not going to be great to draw? I don't know. Okay. Oh, they're going for the Infect win. I see. I am going to shuffle my deck. And I will bobble. I know I have a Mox, but we need to draw this turn. Is going to be very important to see if we can draw anything. Okay. It's just unfortunate. I think we go next, maybe. I'm going to play it out, actually, all the way, but I think at this point, it's going to be difficult for us to win versus them going for the Infect win. Because we're taking 4, maybe 5 on Infect, and then just dead next turn. And they have the Haywire Mite to get rid of the Ensnaring Bridge, or Pithing Needle if we draw Pithing Needle. Nope. We go next. Alright. We'll bring in the Pyroclasm. Probably over the Assassin's Trophy. No, I do like the Assassin's Trophy. The question is the ley lines, though. We can cut 1 Lantern, that's fine. I don't want to overboard. Can't double Mox. Mox is... I mean, I guess I could have. I could have gone Mox, tap it for mana, sack the first Mox, and then play the second Mox for the other mana. But it's still... They can kill it just by attacking it with their creatures. So it just, like, is dead on that play anyway. We'll go like this. I'm not going to bring in Leylines or Surgicals. I think that's too much. This hand actually seems pretty good. We've got interaction with Galblast. We have the Thoughtseize. This should be fine. We do get Giga punished if they have Force of Vigor, so going Spire of Industry into Codex Shredder and then Thoughtseize is going to be my play next turn, depending on what they do. Give you a little shred. Malevolent Rumble, nice. Zabbis. Alright, let's start with the Thoughtseize. Oh, their hand's just, like, all bad, huh? In which case, I will race your Constructs with my Constructs. Because I have interaction. I'm just going to win this game via Constructs. That's going to be sick. I'm actually going to shred myself. Since I have a second shredder, I actually want lands. Perfect. And we still have Abrupt Decay. Wonder what they get here. If I'm them, maybe they take. I actually don't know. Because Haywire Mite's not even good. It gives you 2 life and you can't hit the constructs. Pithing Needle? Sure. I'll just Abrupt Decay it. I'm actually going to do it on my upkeep. That way we can shred this Glimmer Void. Okay. I mean, they knew I had Abrupt Decay because they saw me draw it. Yeah, I don't disagree with your lines. Definitely a play I could have thought about for sure. So I think your lines are completely valid. So this hand is very awkward since we don't have a green source or another artifact. I don't think I can keep this hand just because it's like just too awkward to play. No hand disruption either. If one of these was a green source, I'd keep it, but I don't think I can given the hand. I think this hand's fine. Obviously, put a Saga away. So it looks like Affinity, if I were to guess. Oh, this is a grinding station. Okay. See, I got way better. So now they can't play Bobble and replay Bobble from the graveyard because I have Grafdigger's Cage. pretty funny. Depending on where the surveil goes, I can even shred it. I think this might be a game where we win on sagas, by the way, as well. Definitely do not want them having Urza Saga, so I'm going to go ahead and mill that one. You know what? I will actually bobble because I want to draw the Pixis, but I also want to go a card deeper. They also want to go a card deeper. They want to go 3 cards deeper. So they have Hallowed Fountain. They're drawing Scalding Tarn. I will draw Pixis. They have another Scalding Tarn. Grinding Station doesn't do anything for them because they can't cast cards from their graveyard. Alright, I'll play Saga. My Welding Jar to protect my Grafdigger's Cage. And the Pixis. I'm not going to mill their Grinding Station. They can have it if they want. It's not going to do anything this matchup. A Flage. Yeah, you got it, dude. I will mill you. Galv Blast. Sure, you have a Galv Blast. I won't have the mana to cast Inquisition. So I think we'll just mill. Because I want to land to be able to do more things. Oh, that's actually a great draw. And here I'm just going to float with this one, since we can still make an instant speed artifact. And I will name Teferi Time Raveler. Where do I name Otawara? With the Pithing Needle I'm about to get. I think Teferi is better. Maybe. Hard to say. It's either Teferi or Otawara. I'm going to say Teferi. I don't think there's a difference between 10 and 9. I think opponent has to find an answer to the construct. Karn, the Great Creator. Yeah, I don't like you having that. You can have Galv Blast, that's fine. You can have an Emery as well, that's fine. Alright, so this is definitely a Leyline of the Void coming in. Assassin's Trophy is the only way for us to kill their Karn, the Great Creator, so I am with having the Galv Blasts, so I will need to bring those in. Tezzeret's also good here. One of the issues, though, is because I'm bringing so many 4-drops in, things are going to get very difficult to cast, so I need to make sure I keep all my Moxes and Mishra's Baubles. Pyroclasm only hits Emery, so it's a non-bow. Tormod's Crypt is great. Pithing Needle is great. Damping Sphere is also just the way to stop them. The issue is, again, I'm bringing so many cards in, it's going to be difficult to make cuts, but we'll see where we can make them. So what I usually do is I go down to 3s on things like Codex Shredder and Lantern. We need to make 6 more cuts. That's so difficult. Okay, I will cut the Tezzeret. I think Tezzeret's too cute here. I could go Opal Bauble. I don't like doing it, but I think I have to. Thoughtseize and Inquisition and Surgical will just have to stay. It's just so difficult. You know what? I'm going to cut 1 Ensnaring Bridge. This isn't really a good Ensnaring Bridge matchup. I actually will cut the Tormod's Crypt because I'm going to assume that I can hopefully go Karn minus grab it if I need it. It's just going to be difficult again. Stonebrain would have been great to bring in as well, but I think I'm bringing too many cards in. I will go down 1 Stirrings, and I think this is the best we can do. I might be overboarding as well, so we'll definitely have to take a peek at what's going on. Turn 1 Thoughtseize is great, and then we have a Pixis, and hopefully we draw a green source for the Stirrings, and we have some interaction here. So I'll go ahead and keep this and see where it leads us. Let's go ahead and Thoughtseize. So they're on the Urza Saga or Bust win, huh? I want to be able to draw a green source, so I'm actually going to play Mishra's Bauble and Bauble them. They're going to draw a Mox. That's actually going to ramp them up a turn. Next turn, we're looking at Urza's Saga into Pixis. Again, we need a green source. Or a Glimmer Void would be perfect. The cool part is we do have our own Urza Saga, but depending on how it goes, we might be able to fight their Urza Saga with our Galvanic Blast. Opal is actually the perfect card here to draw. Take the Mycosynth. You can cut a 4th Mox. Like, a lot of decks are running between 2 and 3, so cutting a 4th Mox isn't unheard of. Pithing Needle. Pixis? Alright. Pixis is dead. You're about to see a really cool play here. I'm going to play the Karn, because it's free, because we know they only have Arid Mesa left. And then we're going to uptick our Pixis. Whoa, the Silver Bluff Bridge. I forgot that this is an artifact land. Ooh. This isn't that bad because even if they kill the Pixis with the Pirate Spell, they can't even activate Pirate Spell. What am I talking about? Now I'm gonna get a bridge with a lantern here. Do I need to do that? Yeah, I do. Where's my lantern? Where's my sideboard? Then we'll go ahead and stir. Grab a Fomori Volt. Another bridge on top, nice. I think we just lock this up. Falaji Duder. Yes, you have a Falaji. Flage is so far away. Okay, so I am going to upkeep Assassin's Trophy here onto the Pithing Needle, because I don't want to draw Ensnaring Bridge at this point. Both exile. Bobble's okay. Minus Karn. I will actually... I want the Liquimetal Coating, so I will actually grab it here. Because what I can do is on their upkeep, use it. And then I still have Galv Blast for next turn. Your Steam Vents is now an artifact. Karn goes to 1. Hit your Sacred Foundry. Play the Spire. I will actually let this live and go for the Fomori Volt here. See if we can find another Shred. I'll just take Surgical, I guess. Surgical all your Phlages. I'll take 2 doing it too. Give them the rub-ins that I don't care about life totals. What do they have? They have Karn, Teferi, Wear Tear. Karn, Teferi, Wear Tear. I need to snip this. Also, I should have done this at the end of their turn. This was a misplay on my part, because now if the top card... Okay, the top card's irrelevant. We're fine. I was going to say, if the top card was relevant, we'd be having an issue. Portable Hole hits what? Liquimetal Coating, and then I get it back with card anyway? I think I say okay to that. I'm going to hit you and draw 2 cards here. Hit their white source. You know what? Maybe I wanted Liquimetal Coating again. So they don't have anything in their graveyard I really care about, right? Pithing Needle, I guess. I forgot about Pithing Needle in their graveyard. That's unfortunate. That's fine, though. We can sack the Codex Shredder, get back the Assassin's Trophy for it. Yeah. We'll both exile top card. Perfect timing on the Grafdiggers, by the way. This is going to be another sweet play. Not every day you get to sack your Codex Shredder. And I still get to play the Grafdigger's Cage. Opponent gets a land, but we do have liquid metal coating, so it's okay. Oh, they don't have any more lands. Alright. Yeah. So this is going to hit Steam Vents. And we uptick on the Steam Vents. Now they can't even cast the Pithing Needle anymore. And then we can start rebuying everything with Academy runes. Yeah, so you get Faithless Looting, found nothing, sounds good. Discards Breach and Spell Pierce. Play my land. Hit your last land. Yo, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. Who was that? XWatt, thank you so much. Uptick onto your mountain. Now you have no lands. And I'm going to get back my Shredders. Cool, nice little 4-1. Let me go ahead and snip this. Oops. I've got to pull up the actual match history here. Turn to details. Match 5 against Grinding Station. Nice little 4-1 for today. Lantern, Control, Unbanned, version 3, what was this? League. Cool. Yeah, opponent would definitely had lost and didn't realize it, but it is what it is. I'll go ahead and bring up the deck list one more time here. This is what it looks like. I guess I'm just going to say no to Leyline Sanctities and say that my matchup against Boros Energy is just always going to be bad. I think Leyline of the Void in today's meta is like where you want to be. So let's go ahead and make version 4 real quick. I'll be running version 4 tomorrow for sure. Yeah. Version 4. I think every other card performed well. The only card that I guess I don't need anymore is probably Tezzeret. That card can also come out. Also, let's open all these chests. Open all. Boom. I'm a fan of always opening chests, by the way. I'm team always open. What did we get? We got 100 play points. Entrancer, Sentinel, Tristani. What is this land? Orkland. Disciple of Bolus, Dismissive of Dreams. What was this? Dragon Shift. Horde, Twinning Twins, Sway the Slars, and Nashi. This wasn't too bad. This was actually pretty good. Let me grab those ley lines. Leyline of the Void. Quantity. Leyline. Hello, game. Did I spell it wrong? Oh, I just didn't put it at 1. No, it should be at 0. Why is it not coming up? Oh, I am in other products. Thank you. Boom. Leyline of the Void. Tezzeret can go away. What would I want instead of Tezzeret? I liked all these cards. I don't know what I would want instead of another Tezzeret, to be honest. Maybe a second Pyroclasm. I'm sure I'm gonna modify this again tomorrow, so I'm not too worried. Actually, yeah. So I played in the Energy in St. Louis about 6 months ago with Lantern against Nadu. Tezzeret was just an all-star. I ended up like 20th out of like 300 on that tournament, and I literally played Lantern Control and did pretty well. I actually lost to what was it, a Prowess deck, and then my first match of the day I lost to it was like they played the artifact that makes one of every color, and then there's hard casted into Emrakul like the turn before I was about to slam a bridge, and I was like, interesting, and I had like perfect information, but it was pretty funny. Ended up like X3 overall in the tournament, which wasn't too bad for like 8-9 rounds or something. But yeah, I think this is what I'm going to work on tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will try to do a Lantern stream every day while I have this access token. So I'm not sure what time tomorrow, but every day I'll try to get one going. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope everyone has a great evening. And yeah, if you haven't dropped a follow, be sure to follow, and I'll try to keep it up. Everyone have a great night. Peace. I think the token's around until January 2nd, January 3rd. I'm actually off work until then, so it works out. So I'll at least be doing a league a day, if not more, if I find a configuration I really enjoy. And I think this is close. This is very close to what I'm looking at for a final one. But anyway, have a great night, everyone.